Or the people who you're just like, take a freaking lozenge right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate when when people are doing that. They're going
Yeah.
like constantly. Dude, it's the
Yeah.
worst. They did. I had someone in a on a bus tour when I did my honeymoon who was doing that
I
behind
don't.
me, and it was like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean that's horrible. I don't mind it as much as people open mouth coughing.
Dude,
Like
I hate
Yeah,
that
that
so
makes
much.
me that sends me into a murderous rage. And it's always like fucking lead paint boomers doing it. They don't know how to cover their mouth. They just cough like they own the place,
Well,
and
it's not
it
just
makes
like
me.
the mouth. Like you can just cough into your arm. Like that's the safest
Right.
way, and
Yeah.
you don't even have
yeah.
to. It's no inconvenience to you. Like you don't have to wash your hand after. Like just cough into your arm, dude.
Right. Right. I wouldn't mind if they did a Dracula cough. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, you know, arm to, like elbow to mouth, you know. Um,
Sorry.
but they don't do that. They don't even try to cover up their mouth. Like
Dude, like,
occasionally, if they have a particularly bad one, they'll stick their hand up in front, like 5 feet in front of their face, and cough with their fingers open,
oh,
like that's doing shit. And it's
dude,
just
even
like
if your hands are full,
like let me just put you out of your misery, like let me just like I can do it easy, you know.
even
Um,
if your hands are full, you can still like bring your shoulder and mouth together
right,
and like
exactly.
cough
Turn
into
your
your
face
shoulder, dude.
into your shoulder and cough into your shoulder. And then, if you really have a bad cough, I don't know, man. Like, take a sick day. Like, don't get on public transit and then just like go spread it around. And, if you don't have that option, then, wear a mask and don't be a dickhead. Um, so, it's like stuff like that just it's just like grates on you, man. Um, but yeah, and then it's like I get home and a lot of days I'm just a zombie. So, um, and unfortunately, like sometimes that's on Thursdays. So, and I've had like zero time to prep. So, but we'll keep this thing moving. Keep the campaign moving. Move into the next thing, I think. Looks like Isaiah's gonna be way late. I'll probably be done by the time he is like. He said his bass is at 8. Isn't he an hour behind too?
Oh, Zoom.
I thought he was in Michigan.
Yeah, time zones are a
Or
mystery to me.
maybe he was saying 8 our time. I don't know how long mass goes. It's usually like an hour.
His mass at 8. Mass, yeah, mass is an hour.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a full party by the end. Dan's having technical difficulties. It seems. How are you
And
doing,
then
Chris?
Lou said he's gonna
Good.
make it. Maybe.
Yeah, he said he's gonna be a little late, but well,
Chris, you
yeah, I've
still in
just been.
Connecticut?
I am, yeah.
How you liking it?
I like Connecticut. I know a lot of people have, stuff to say about it, but I like it. It's kind of very pretty where I am, and, you know, it's not too bad.
Nor Northern Connecticut is better. Like, I lived in Norwalk. I hated it.
Yeah.
I
Norwalk.
detested Norwalk.
Yeah, Norwalk was not, is not a place I'd probably live, but I live in West Hartford, and I wouldn't live in Hartford, but West Hartford is very nice. And there's trees and stuff all around. You get four seasons. I like it.
Dude,
How do you feel
like,
about New Jersey? People talk a lot of shit about New Jersey, but it's actually a really cool state.
Yeah, my sister had a house there, and it was really. I mean, I'll tell you the stark thing though was that her house was like a street or two over from a pretty fucking sketchy area, so they had to be kind of
Where was it?
on their uh, Oakwood, New
Like
Jersey.
North Jersey, South Jersey, Central Jersey.
Dude, I don't know.
Man, no worries.
But yeah, so it was like close to a sketchy area, but like her area was very nice and
Yeah.
very pretty. Yeah.
Dude, I love where I live now,
Where do you live?
and I live in Maryland.
Oh,
in
I think I
Frederick.
went to Rehoboth Beach one summer.
It's in Delaware.
Oh, well. No, I know my states for sure. I know them.
It's near
Well, I
Maryland. I
didn't
mean,
know-
Delaware is like, yeah, it's close, but yeah, Rehoboth's in Delaware, I think.
Or as my father
I
would
live
say,
in Frederick.
Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah, it's like close, almost to Pennsylvania. It's kind of close to Harper's Ferry. It's an hour west of DC.
You guys
Huh.
don't have to come up to Canada when you get a chance. A little road trip.
How is Canada?
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I think the only time I went there was I went skiing there when I was very small, and it was in like kind of a French area. God, I forget the name of the place.
It's probably
Quebec.
in Quebec. The Laurentians. There's Mount Tremblant is a popular ski resort
No, it
in
wasn't.
Quebec.
It wasn't something fancy.
When I was in
Okay.
second grade, we went to British Columbia,
Whoa. Where were we? Like
Victoria,
British?
and
That's like West Coast. Like.
yeah, we lived in California at the time, so we drove up
Oh, okay.
up the West Coast, up Washington, took the ferry across to Vancouver and Victoria, and saw some killer whales. Went to an ocean museum where we like did like a, I don't know, we went like in like a an elevator that simulated like going down to the deep ocean. It was kind of
Oh
cool.
wow.
My brother Weston got really scared. He was like a little scaredy cat back then. And then yeah, Quinn wasn't born yet.
I was not born yet. I did go to Vancouver later as a
Yeah, I'm
teenager
sure you guys lived
when
in
we
Seattle,
lived
yeah.
in Seattle, but
Yeah.
that was a me, mom, dad, Eli trip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that's the only part of Canada I think well, no, I've been across to at Niagara Falls. I've been to the Canadian side there.
you see,
So
Okay.
Nate, the shitty thing about you guys having gone is when I went, Eli and I went because we weren't born yet, and mom and dad were like just pointing those sites out, like, hey, remember when we did that? Remember that when we did that? But then
and
never
you guys
actually
are
did
like,
anything.
right,
Yeah.
you guys are
That's
like,
what
fuck no,
hard
we
to
weren't
do.
born yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
alive.
So they
Yeah.
were like laughing about the Weston getting scared in the elevator thing,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, that was so cool, ha ha ha!" And then Eli and I are like, "Oh, maybe we should do it." And Dad was like, "No, already did it."
Yeah, no,
So
can't do that.
I remember we just like walked around, and then we ate like at a Canadian like fish and chips restaurant and had fish and chips
Cool.
with malt vinegar, and that was it. That's all I remember.
Well, yeah, so the point is we should definitely expand our Canadian horizons. Maybe I'll just stay
I'm like
and never
8
come
hours north of. It's like I'm an 8 hour drive away from Boston. But that's
Oh,
like
okay.
only 4.5 hours away from the border there in Maine. But like yeah, before Trump came into office, we went for a drive. We went for a drive into Maine. But like yeah, I've come down the eastern seaboard a couple of times.
I think that like it's kind of interesting to know like how much of Canada like population wise is like so close to the border, or like just so much further south like than you would think.
It is, but because it's so desolate and there's no infrastructure, like north, like you got just tracts and tracts of barren wilderness. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, but you got that
yeah,
oil up there, right?
I mean, like in Alberta, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so the company I work with now has a lot of industrial suppliers, and now because of the tariffs on steel and aluminum, we're getting things stuck at the border because they didn't have the proper documents, and it's a pain in the fucking ass.
yeah. Sucks.
E-
We're
Everything I know about Canada, I learned from Letterkenny.
That's a good basis.
yeah, that's true.
I love Letterkenny, but I also like Shoresy because it's just the hockey mentality.
I like Shorzy better than Letterkenny. I think Letterkenny is brilliant, but I think that
Yeah,
Shorzy is like a grown up. Like it's like I just think it's like better written. Like you can tell that like their experience like shows.
I also like when he's like his part-time gig is reffing minor league hockey, and he's just
Uh,
chirping, just
yeah,
chirping the kids, and that's pretty much how it fucking goes. Because I have a friend that went into the reffing, and he reffed as kind of a side hustle for him, and his I'd say his long top dream was making his way, start playing in like the minor leagues, refing, working his way up in the refing ranks and stuff, and you have to get like take these tests and stuff because NHL refs probably make pretty good money. It's
yeah,
probably a pretty good gig. It'd kind of be like an NFL ref, right? You go to the game, you moderate the game, and you get paid a boatload of money. You
Well,
travel.
NFL refs actually, there's like a whole thing about them because they're not full time, so they have like other jobs and shit. And people are like, why the fuck do they have other jobs? They're getting paid like 150 to 200 grand a year. Like they shouldn't have other jobs, like or just pay them more because they're missing calls and stuff. I don't know if NHL allows you to have a second job.
Like maybe they're just people that need you rep one game, you got to do something, right? There's some people that just it's in them that they need to have other work. It's like the people that retire but they can't stay retired because they need something to do. So it might be that.
Oh,
I
dude,
think it's that because my father-in-law is I think it's his business partner or someone he works with is an NFL ref, and
Oh
like
wow.
yeah, and he literally does it just because it's like something he's been doing since he was like a high schooler, refing football. And but he's like an engineer, and so it's like it's so random that he also refs in
yeah.
NFL.
I mean, yeah, they should be full time.
Meanwhile, the NFL cheerleaders get paid like $15,000 a year.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get paid.
God.
They get paid nothing, and they're required to like meet like weight requirements, and they're
Oh
required
yeah.
to like rehearse on like an almost full-time schedule, especially during the season. Like that, like they're not allowed to take certain work. Like they have so much control over their lives, and they get paid nothing. Like literally, like they get paid. I think maybe their take home in like all their appearances and stuff over the course of a year is like maybe $30,000.
Can you imagine making $200,000 for a job that you do like maybe 3 hours a week?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like just go. Not to take away from what you just said, Nate, but the refs like it's a 3 hour football game, unless they're doing multiple games. But I assume that they have because they're all at this. Yeah, they have different crews to do all the different games,
They,
right?
they have like reviews afterwards, and they have like meetings and stuff to make sure they don't miss stuff and like focus on certain calls they haven't been making and they should be making. Like they do have some organizational stuff, but it is small. And by the way, NHL referees earn between $165,000 and $400,000 a year.
Damn.
Dude,
That's good.
the cheerleaders is depressing.
I know, $150 a game.
$150
Yeah.
a game. I saw the Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboy cheerleaders get paid a lot more, averaging
It's still less.
75,000 per
Like,
season.
it's still
but
less
that
than they
is, like,
deserve, right?
pathetic.
Like think about how much work that they're putting in, and think about how like hard it is on their bodies, you know, to do that, and you know how much other time like they could be doing something else, and they have to spend rehearsing and appearing at things and traveling with the team. Like it's crazy. Like they don't. Yeah, they just don't get paid enough.
I think the retirement
Um,
plan is probably finding some dude to marry.
I mean, probably,
I mean,
but
yeah.
kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's fucked up, but that is
Yeah.
probably.
All right,
Well,
guys.
at least the
Lou's here.
Cowboys, cheerleaders, 75K a year, depending on your title, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
fuck
a
the
whole.
Cowboys, right?
It's not
Yeah,
a whole
fuck the
year.
Cowboys.
That and that and that. But
I think the Cowboys are like the most I hate the Cowboys. Like they're like the
Me
most
too.
universally hated team.
I just despise their owner. He's the fucking douche.
Well, yeah, that too. But like I think that
Jerry
like
Jones.
yeah.
Hate Jerry Jones. Hate the
Um,
guy. But
it's just like the Celtics. I hate the Celtics. I'll never.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Now they can go fuck themselves.
Dude, NFL is fake, dude.
no, hell no.
All right. Well, speaking of fake things, I think you guys had planned a wrestling match.
It's not
again.
fake. It's not gonna be fake because you're like fucking throwing us up against people, right?
Am I?
I think that's what you said you were gonna
Oh, shit. Okay.
do. Oh.
Yeah.
The
I guess that's what
polar
we're
bear.
doing. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. And
No.
so yeah, we are in Urbanaran. You guys just won the birdwalking championship. Was it you guys who were all here?
Yeah. No, mine is Dan.
Dan, you weren't there for the ski
Dan,
race?
yeah, Dan wasn't there.
Okay. So everybody did the ski race to win the mayorship for the city for Quincy Biggins. And so you've sort of won back the city for the locals. It's not gonna turn to further tourism and exploitation. And
Victory for the townies.
yeah.
Do I sound good, by the way, guys?
Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah.
Perfect. I have you guys on my PlayStation 5, and I don't know why I'd never thought about this before. It's fantastic.
Yeah. PS5's Discord capability is pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you're connecting to us with, Lou? The PS5?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can see the PlayStation symbol. I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It sounds
So
freaking
yeah,
fantastic.
you guys are partying. You're partying. I think you guys were gonna set up. You put out flyers for
Yep.
a celebration. I think Lou, you posted that in the chat somewhere.
Did I? I think I did. Let me see.
That was somewhere. Yeah, there it is. The Urbanaran Snowdown.
Yeah, I posted it
Oh
down
yeah,
there.
the banners. That's right. I forgot about that shit.
So yeah, you have a cage fight, basically. And it's going to be at the quarry, which is a slightly outside of town, kind of a skeevy, like, you know, like they serve good, like good booze, and it's down like in an old, you know, cutout quarry, like rock quarry. So um, like it's kind of like out, like you know how like a quarry is like, it's kind of at the bottom is often like a lot of water. So it's like out on like a dock, you know, kind of thing, out on the water. Um, and yeah, so you know, people are partying, celebrating, whatever. If there's anything you want to do, otherwise we can get to. You guys want to? Does somebody want to like MC this thing? Are you guys doing like another rigged fight, or are you guys trying to just like fight any takers?
Um, that's a good question. Were we each fighting something? Was that the thing? What was that? Or
I
were
think that was
we?
initially the intention, but I'm not sure what we're going to be doing now.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, I think it was like we were going to take all comers, but I think we can also do. I mean, it depends on what we want to do, right?
Yeah, it really does. All I know is that Greg has to be there at the Panorant Snowdown. Nobody knows who he is. He just showed up.
Okay.
I know that was at the Bird Walk, but I think he wants to join the fun.
By the way, Dan, you were not there during the skywalk thing, but I used the robe of useful things, and I threw a dog at one of the competitors. I threw
That was
I threw a
funny.
bag. I threw all this shit at people. It was fucking dumb.
Were you playing the heel then?
Oh well, it was a race downhill, so it was kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah. So I was throwing stuff at people. I considered using an iron door, but I didn't think that it was like I don't know. I'd have to position that very
Yeah.
well.
So funny thing, the dude he threw the dog at actually wiped out, but he used the dog to finish the race.
Oh, that's right. He was doing
And
really well, and he lost his bird. So then eventually at the end, Nate had him come back using the dog to mush down the mountain.
and he made it in second place. That was crazy. He actually finished second. That was insane.
It was
Oh man,
awesome.
that sounds
That was
hilarious. I'll have to
yeah.
watch the VOD from the last session.
Hopefully it's up. I've been migrating to YouTube because there's now a limit to how much you can keep on your Twitch account. So I'm like migrating all my videos over to a YouTube repository I created. But they have a limit to how much you can upload each day. So hopefully I can get them all in before the limit,
Damn.
before Twitch deletes everything. Anyway.
Okay. So, uh,
Oh,
you at the quarry, you guys
okay.
have the ring set up.
Yep.
Um, and who's like the main card? Is it you, Bear? Or are you,
I
like,
think that's
taking on
something that we
challengers?
can discuss because I was the main card last time, and I'm down to see someone else take that place too.
Bear versus polar bear.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we could
well,
do that.
there's a guy who's like storming around the ring, and he's like
Mhm.
looking for whoever had this set up, and he's like beginning to notice, you guys, realizing that you guys like are the ones who set this up,
Yeah.
and he's gonna like point at you guys with like, you know, both fingers like towards his eyes, and like point back at you, and then he's gonna jump up into the ring, and with like a booming voice, like thaumaturgy, um, he's gonna be like, "My brothers and sisters of Urbanaran, these outsiders did us a great service, winning the Great Bird Walk for our mayor. But they overstep their place as they come here in my ring. Gorg the Unhinged is willing to take on all challengers. At stake is my belt, the golden belt of Urbanaran. And he holds up a big, like, gilded belt. And he's like,
The belt of what?
one of you, if you're brave enough to go toe. What?
What's the belt? What is
A
it?
belt
A
of
belt
what?
what? What do you say?
It's just a belt, man.
Oh, the belt of gold. You
It's a
said?
gilded belt. Yeah, it's
Got-
like not really gold, but it's like probably, I don't know. You can't see it that close yet. But he holds it up. It's glinting in the setting sunlight, as torches and
Got
other
you.
sources
Okay.
of light, crystal light begins to fill the quarry. The ring has been set up, kind of on like floating pontoons, out in the quarry, off the side, like, there's some outdoor seating that's been set up. Other like sort of like bleachers and benches have been set up on little floating pontoons. People are on pontoon boats, uh, drinking and partying, trying to get a good view of the ring. And he's basically Gorg the Unhinged is you know challenging any one of you to a
Okay.
fight in the ring.
Okay. As he finishes, what's the crowd's reaction as he finished talking?
They're like Gorg, 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 Gorg.
Okay.
Like,
So I'm gonna have that cone, that cone again, like the loudspeaker cone that I
Uh-huh.
had back in the day, and I'm gonna say, well, looks like winter's not the only thing that's unhinged tonight, and then I'm gonna say, you see what I did there? Gork, you with the belt of gold, you better pray that it fits over that ego, but you're in luck because here, Banneran, and I kind of just dramatic pause for the people. It's like we don't turn down madness. We sell tickets to it, and I'm kind of, I guess this is a free event, right? So I guess I don't say that. And so
Yeah.
buckle your boots, folks, because the snowdown just got louder, a bloodier, and a whole lot dumber. And then I'm gonna kind of look at Bear, and I'm just gonna like have those eyes of like I did not plan this kind of eyes to see what what he
I will nod to him, but like also above board, I do want to figure out who's going to be facing this guy, because I'm down, but like also
Yeah.
other people have not.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Do we see that like people in the crowd
Well, and
coming?
and I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna do this as like a skill challenge, so it won't
That's
be
Yeah.
like combat stuff. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
a series of skill checks. You need you need 4 successful passes on the skill checks before you get 3 failures.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, we were talking about having Fjork go in as a polar bear, so we could just have him go do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. All right.
You know what I just imagined right now? Freaking hilarious. Fiark seeing this guy like just like take our thunder, and then he just like says something quirky. You remember the scene in the Avengers when the Hulk says I'm always mad, and then he just like walking turns into the Hulk.
Yeah.
I see Fiark doing that, like something like that, and he just turns into a bear.
Okay. I'm gonna start walking towards the ring as though I'm going in. But before I do, I want to turn to Fjark and say, just pull me back, take my place, okay? I want I want to put on a little show. I will make it seem like I'm going in, but you take my place, yes?
Sounds good.
And I will, with as much swagger as Bear can muster, like kind of rippling muscles, he'll start sauntering up to the ring, like walking up to it, and at some point, a bear is going to appear behind. Yeah.
You hear a. And I change into a giant polar bear, and I start running full speed and jump into the cage.
And all kind of cower, you know.
Yeah. The boulder takes no prisoners.
And Gorg is like, "Are you talking as a bear?"
I can talk now as a bear, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
cool.
That's
sick.
the. Do you remember they changed that? You
Gorg-
can talk as a bear now.
Yeah, that's cool. So Gorg is like, I can't say that I've ever had the privilege of fighting a talking bear, but there's a first time for everything for Gorg the Unhinged. He's like, you better get all your yapping out soon because I'm about to unhinge that jaw off of your face. And
I fucking love Gork. Can we
with
take
that,
him
you hear
along?
like a random bell ring, and
Fucking
the
random
fight's
bell.
on, dude.
I
So
love jaw. Oh, that's good.
he whips towards you, um, and he's like just like what you would picture like if a D&D like NPC was a professional wrestler who also happened to be like um like a half orc, you know. Um and think like 90s era, like Randy Macho Man Savage, but
Yeah, we got that. Yeah.
if yeah. So, Fjark, you need to roll a athletics check as a bear.
Okay, so
It's a DC 15.
I'm a polar bear.
Yep.
Actually, technically, I'm a huge polar bear, which
Okay.
is it's the same CR as a normal polar bear. But I figured add a little
Sweet.
spice to the area we're in.
Mm-hmm.
And you said athletics.
Yeah.
Would that be
Strength.
strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
DC 15, strength, athletics check.
Okay, so this NPC is in the loaded in.
No, you
He
just
has
got to
a
roll the
20.
check, man.
Okay, so just know the polar bear has a 20, so plus
Strength.
5.
So you have a plus
Yeah.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
16.
Okay, so that's
16,
a 16.
baby.
So you begin to like kind of clash, and he's sort of cocky about his strength, and he's trying to see like how strong he is compared to a bear, and he realizes that this is like basically even though it's like a talking bear, it's still a what appears to him to be like he probably didn't see you transform because you did it behind bear. I've said bear too many times. So he probably didn't see you transform, so he probably doesn't know that like you're just actually like a dwarf who's shapeshifted into a bear. So like he's probably too dumb to piece it together. So he really just wanted to fight a bear and realizes he's getting overpowered a little bit, so he's gonna rage.
No.
So your DC is gonna go up.
Okay.
So you've got a DC 16 now.
Okay. I'm gonna use guidance. Wait. No, guidance isn't a cantrip I can cast. Never mind. Well, I'm wild shaped. So I'm just gonna roll again and hope for the best. No, that was a 14.
So with his rage, he kind of like you guys are still like I'm thinking of like you as like a hulking bear, like over him, he gets pushed back, he starts pushing you back,
We're doing the
maybe
classic
like
WWE grapple where it's like
right,
very over dramatic on each
right,
other's shoulders, you know?
uh-huh, yep, exactly. All right, roll another check. You need to get 4 successes before you get 3 losses. So you've got 1 failure and 1 success. Um,
Did you
so
see that?
roll, and you can describe. Yeah, what?
Okay, I guess I didn't make it into the tray. That was annoying because I just rolled a 17, but
Oh yeah, no, dude, you gotta
I
roll
just
for
rolled
us.
I rolled a 20, dude. That's like pissing me off. Why isn't it going?
You said you have a +5.
Yeah.
Are you proficient
I am actually
in
proficient in
athletics?
I am proficient in unarmed combat.
Ooh, so that's
Okay.
what
Interesting.
a additional
I
3 to
would give
that.
you proficiency bonus to this. Yeah.
You also have that item, don't you?
The tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to use it yet because it's so freaking good.
Okay.
But I do. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
have
Okay.
I am proficient in unarmed combat because I'm a tavern brawler. Is my
Yeah.
one of
Okay.
my feats.
Yeah. So I would let you add the proficiency bonus to that then.
Oh,
To say that it's
that's
like a
+8.
proficiency. Yeah. So you get it pretty well. So after your second success, um, he is going to start pulling, some dirty tricks. The DC is going to be a little bit higher now, so it's going to be a 17.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to grab him and flip him over my shoulders and do like a over dramatic suplex type move with him
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As a bear, you're going to try to
as a
do
bear. Yeah.
a bear plex. Sweet.
Yeah, like that. You know the upside down one where they like grab over the shoulders and like flip them back. The very cheesy
Yeah.
WWE one.
Yeah. No, that's rad.
Okay.
All right. Roll
All
your
right.
roll your athletics check.
+8.
Ooh.
Damn, that's a
Oh.
10.
Uh.
Wow,
No.
orbital 10s.
So
Holy shit.
as you lift him up over your shoulders, he's
My
going
back.
to flip around. He's gonna take your back, try to get you into like a full Nelson, you know. Um, and meanwhile, like, you're like much bigger than him, so he's like you're like standing up like as a bear because you were getting ready to like suplex him, and now he's like behind you, like almost like in a rear naked choke, but like he's like punching you in the side of the head, trying to like knee, like your ribs, um, and all right, go ahead and roll another one. So that's 2 failures, 2 successes.
Oh, knee to the gut by Gork.
Oh,
That is a
18.
dirty 26. I break out and I
Sweet.
go for
Yeah. So
the
you
elbow
you
into
break
his
out of this
gut.
hold. Yeah, yeah. So you break out of this hold with your big bear paw. You know, get him in the gut. You see him just sort of like spit up a little bit, like it really takes the wind out of him. Um, Everybody who's watching, Arturo, Brugan, and Bear, uh, roll a perception check, and tell me what your passive perception is.
Okay. Passive perception for me is where the heck did I put it? Did I put it in my notes? Is 16. My passive perception is 16. Um, but I can roll. That's an 18. Cool.
Okay, Bear has a 14. Bruggen has an 18. Arturo got a 65.
14, he says.
So there was something.
Oh, passive is 14.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah, passive is 14. I got a 12.
Okay.
That 65 must have
Um,
been in the chat for some reason.
Bruggen, you notice some other figure, a dwarf. So he's like a little bit shorter, a little bit stockier, but he's built like a shit brick house.
Oh.
Climbing to the top of the cage,
Oh.
and getting ready to dive bomb the fight.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Holy crap! I'm so sorry.
He's got like a skin tight, like Speedo style, like loincloth. That's like bright yellow, and then he's got like a bright yellow and teal bandana wrapped around his head.
How did we miss him?
I know, right? Okay. Hold on. I got something for this. Can I just? Okay. I'm just like I'm in between the crowd, and like is this legal? I guess it's legal. Fuck it. Oh my god. I'm gonna say. Oh snap! We got a wild card. Is that a dwarf on the cage? By the beard of Morden, that ain't no ordinary dwarf. That one's built like a barricade with biceps. And I'm just gonna say, we got a new contender, O'Brien.
And when he says that,
you're just trying to egg on, right?
Yeah, I'm just freaking trying to make this shit go crazy. Like everybody, I'm just trying to hype everybody up right now.
Yeah, yeah. So, Fjark, this next check is going to be a DC 20.
well,
and if you fail it,
I want to do something when he
if
says
you want
that.
to do something.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thing. I'm hyping everybody up, but at the same time, I'm like, I hope I'm loud enough that Bear and Arturo hears me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? So I'm not going in, but I would like to rage, and I would like to try and I'm going to turn to Arturo. I'm going to turn to Dan, and I'm going to say, I will put you up there, and if you'll let me, I would like to pick you up and throw you up onto the top of the cage for a little bit of dwarf on dwarf action.
Dude.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have this dwarf. I'm gonna have this dwarf. His name's Bulk Brogan. Roll initiative, and if you beat his initiative, then you can do this before he takes action. Otherwise, it'll be after.
Gotcha.
And he'll take action.
Oh, damn it!
So he rolled.
I also want because I had a similar.
Just because like you didn't pass the perception.
Gotcha.
Check. So it like Lou does let you act. But and you would have had a chance to act before him, but Arturo.
I was like, as Bear is coming over to you, like, let me throw you. I was thinking similar, but I was going to use my telepathy to zip Bear as like. So he could do like the spear and spear him off the top of the cage.
So you guys are both thinking of throwing the other person.
that's fucking phenomenal.
That's
actually amazing. I really love that. So
I think I would act first because I rolled a 21, right?
You damn would. Yeah.
Yeah, you would go first.
You're going over, like, let me throw you.
So I'm running over to you, reaching to grab you, and then suddenly,
Dan, give me the text. Give me the text of that ability, because I want to understand, like, mechanically how you're going to telepathically move him, right?
Yeah. Let me see.
Because I think this is awesome, and I just want to like.
Energy, guys. Is this?
Bulk Hogan, right?
Learn
Yeah,
about
his
that.
name's Bulk Brogan.
Oh, Brogan.
Okay, protected field, sonic strike. Okay, this is called. I don't know if I can copy paste it or drag it in. Can I drag it into the chat? Will it show if I do that?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Telekinetic movement with your mind as a magic action. Choose one target you can see within 30 feet of yourself. The target must be a loose object that is large or smaller, or one willing creature other than you. 30 feet.
Okay. So what I'm gonna have you do is, so this takes your psionic energy die.
Uh, yeah. So I get a wellspring. I get a number of uses per my level. So I have 6 uses of. I can use. I can either do
Got it.
a
So
couple
what I'm
different
gonna say is
telekinesis.
that like because like you're trying to like actually like throw him like it's an attack, right? So I'm
Mm.
gonna say that it like to do that like you can move him near him and then let him move on his initiative, but that might be too late. Or you can use 2 of those resources to throw him. Bear will have to make a dexterity check to like avoid just like, you know, like falling on his face, like to actually make like the, like it's going to be acrobatics to like make the maneuver in air unexpected, you know, to be able to like nab this guy and spear him down.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. I'll exert because I'll exert 2 of my
Yeah,
abilities to do
sweet.
that,
And
and then
so
I'll
Bear's coming to
throw
throw
him.
you, and suddenly he is flung backwards.
So here,
um,
there is something I should be able to do. Okay,
I mean,
I said I
use
was
your
raging. I
yeah.
clicked it, and when I'm raging, I can use it. I can do a strength check, even if it normally uses a different ability, which includes acrobatics. So
Oh my god. Okay. All right. I guess it's your strength then.
okay, how the fuck do I unlock strength? Doesn't even matter.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's funny. Nice.
So like you see this dwarf, he's like he's getting situated. He's like about to do like off the top rope some move, and Bear, you go flying into him. And the crowd goes like, "Ooh!" They're just like this just like caused them to like lose their minds. They go up, um, and um, Gorg is like still trying to like deal with Fjark. So Fjark, you have a so it's not going to be a DC 20. It'll be a DC 18 strength check. Athletics.
50-50. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Yes.
Nice.
Plus
There you go.
8.
Is that your third?
No, that's my 4th win.
That is your 4th win.
Yeah. Because I won,
Oh yeah.
lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won
Uh,
1.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do
so
I
that's
do
your
have
4th,
something I want to do to this dwarf as we're on top of the cage. If whenever
Sure.
his thing is done, okay.
So I grab him,
Okay.
bear hug him, and I just start hugging tighter and tighter and tighter as a polar bear until I grab him up over my head and I start twisting him. And I throw him down to his knees. And with my paw, I grab his face and start squeezing. I call it the polar claw.
So Bear, this is Bulk Brogan's attempt to get out of whatever move you did. I'm gonna give him a +5. So if you could do like a contested, so I'll have a 17.
Okay.
Contested like athletics.
24.
Damn.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah. So Fjark, you pin him, and knock him to the ground. And you know, the crowd is sort of like there's too much going on, so like they don't see like the full move. But
I see my buddy isn't getting
you
as much
win.
attention as he should be getting, and I say,
Right.
I will emphasize the point you are making, and I'd like to take him up off because we're at the top of the fucking cage, and I'm going to Izuna drop him, right on his head, right next to where he's already checkmated this other guy.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, go ahead and roll a athletics check for that.
Ooh.
So
You're cutting out, Nick.
Hello?
can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
There we
Do I
go.
need to? Oh, okay. So you go to do that on a 13, not high enough to succeed against his athleticism. So he's able to kind of like, you know, struggle out of that. So like you prevent him from like you know, basically dive bombing the match. He's able to get away from you, and in a booming voice, also thaumaturgy, um, he's like, "Unknown bear, you jumped the line, my friend. My title match against Grog the Unhinged was scheduled for next week. Nobody cuts in front of Bulk Brogan. I'm taking you on. Now I demand my chance at the title. Right here, right now."
This is one for the legend books, folks. This is insane. The freaking her banner Snowdown is one for the ages. What is going on? Nobody knows. Greg does. And I just kind of point to Greg. I see him in the crowd. Nobody knows him.
Greg,
Yeah. Greg.
this is going to cause roll deception.
Okay. That is fine.
Who's Greg again? Remind me. Is Greg your bird?
No, Greg is nobody. Remember?
It was.
Okay.
It's in the flyer.
It's in the
remember?
flyer. It's like
Yeah, it's in the
Greg. He
flyer.
just showed up.
He just
Nobody
showed
knows
up.
him.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm just, continuing with the thing. Okay, deception. Where am I with deception? Nice.
So a lot of fans of the underground, like fighting ring, in Urbanaran and throughout the Orcish realm, will genuinely believe that Greg is somehow fixing the fights.
Oh no!
And this is going to spur all kinds of untold conspiracies that Greg, you know, that like somehow things are rigged, and that Greg knows about it.
That wasn't even my intention. This is too good.
So,
Oh my god.
so, moving forward, Bulk Brogan is challenging you. You can respond, Fjark, if you want. You can roll like, you know, this would probably be like some kind of charisma check. You did win the belt, you know, so like you don't have to take this challenge if you don't want to.
Oh, cool.
But, you know, you can.
The polar bear shies from no challenger.
All right.
Show me what you got.
Um, and clearly, like the crowd has turned to your side, like, um, Bear. You know, you were like it's clear that like this guy is like more of a heel.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
so like the
So I.
crowd is like, yeah, you what?
I know. I backed out of the ring when he put his challenge out to Fjark. I just backed up off of the mat, and his arms are still resting over the side of the ring, but he's out. He's out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Would you tag in?
I mean, it depends on what Fjark does.
Okay. Um, yeah, Fjark, so you're gonna take his challenge then, right here, right now. He's gonna try to take the
Yep.
belt off you. Okay.
Yep.
The challenge has been accepted.
Here.
The polar bear, both broken.
So I'm gonna give him a +8 to athletics. We're gonna do contested checks here.
Let's go. This
So
is
these are
turning out
plus-
better than expected. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
And this is gonna be like the first person, like basically like best of 5.
Dan, it is my favorite thing
So
that
first
both
person to get
of our instincts was to throw each other.
Dude, that was freaking.
I love that. Yeah.
That was gold. That was gold.
And you made it happen, and you were able to stop him from dive bombing the match. He was, able to come in after and issue a challenge, but he could have, I don't know. Could have been pretty chaotic. All right, Fjark. Contested rolls here.
I don't know what that means.
He's
but
got a +8.
let's do it.
You roll, I roll. Whoever has the highest wins that round. So I've got a 14 + 8.
I had a 7+8, so
So
he wins.
Bulk Brogan, right? So Bulk Brogan like steps across the ring, like big stocky dwarf, and he's just like walking like a predator towards you, and like his arms are down, and then like in a flash, it's like before you can even see it, just like a punch to the face, like just like, and like it's almost like it's almost like who's that one guy that did that one director that did 300.
Zack Snyder?
You know how he'd do like
Yeah, Zack
yeah.
Snyder.
You know how like some of his action shots are like like from like a still shot to like a quick movement and then like slow-mo. Like it's like it was almost like that kind of move, where he stalks up to you and then just like almost like a flash of lightning like hits you in the face. And then like, like I'm picturing like, slow-mo, like your face. All right, second check. 16, 17. All right. What do you do back to him? It's a little more evenly matched contest, but you get the upper
I get
hand.
up. I do a little bit of rope and dope, and I pop him in the face, just like the GIF I put
Big bear paw.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Or I guess do a roundhouse kick to the stomach, like the bear. In the GIF I just sent. I don't. You guys need to watch that.
Okay. Yeah. Ridiculous. All right. Third go. It's like a rock paper scissors. That's a 19.
Yo.
You got a natural 19. Okay. So it's 2-1 now. And you want to describe like the next move you do? You roundhouse kicked him in the gut.
I do a flurry of punches, little punches to the stomach, and then I don't know if you've played Tekken.
Yeah.
Haven't you guys played Tekken with Kuma?
I've seen
He does
it.
the bump butt movement, where he turns around and hits him with his ass.
Kind of like
Nice.
Daisy and Smash.
Like,
Yeah.
like Rikishi from.
All right,
Rio?
man. If you get like 3 successes in a row, then like we're gonna have this is gonna be a big win for you. Okay. last one, or maybe last one.
Oh,
my god.
Holy shit! That's insane.
If you can
dude.
beat it, if you can match a nat 20,
Wouldn't
Come
it
on,
be the
baby.
same thing?
5% chance. 5% chance. It's not impossible. Oh,
Damn
good
it.
roll, but not good enough.
So yeah, you roundhouse kick him. You like flurry of flurry of punches, butt bounce him. Um, he like, pulls you down, like grabs you, like, sort of like how like a hockey player like grabs from like behind, pulls their shirt over their head. But like he just pulls you and it's like pulling like on like the scruff of your fur, like down towards your head, like with like your fur, and he's just like punching, like uppercutting you in the face. And he's getting ready to like, do like a move to like, he's gonna try to pile drive you. So I don't know what move you're gonna set up to like finish this if you're able to be successful, but he's gonna literally try to pile drive a bear as a dwarf.
Well, let's see what
So
happens.
let's go. Uh
I win.
oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm on the
he
ground.
Goes,
Oh,
well,
say what you're gonna say.
he was like he's like trying to like, flip you upside down, like, lift you to the ground and like, drop with like your head into the ground, you know? And I would say that you're probably too big and too heavy. Like he probably bit off more than he could chew. And you're fighting him off. Is there a move you want to do to finish him off?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it in the chat right now.
Okay.
Boom, Disco Bear, baby. Check that one out. He pulled me down to the ground, and I did the Disco Bear from Tekken.
That's amazing. Yeah, so you do that. You juggle him up in the air twice. He slams down on the ground, completely knocked out cold. And you take the belt, man.
Did we just see a bear do the disco in a fighting ring? Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Belt has a new owner. The polar bear, Bjork Rigroll.
People are
I
like,
don't know.
a bear has a name? That's crazy. And somebody's like, what is disco?
I know. I just fucking. That's funny.
Is that new? Is that from the capital?
It's possible.
So yeah, now people are gonna do the disco bear as a move. All right, yeah, the crowd is just going absolutely wild for this shit. Like a polar bear just won the belt. It's absolutely unhinged. More than Gorg, the unhinged. Yeah, people are just losing their minds.
I start doing some victory poses as a polar bear, doing some dances.
Yeah.
And then I forget that I'm so worn out. My wild shape does.
And you turn into
I turn
DeVito
into a Danny DeVito dwarf, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god! Now I'm picturing, that when they wrestle and It's Always Sunny.
Wait, which one is
that? That one.
Oh, nice.
Oh my goodness.
So you just like wild shape out of your bear form. You're just this like tiny little frumpy man. Raise your arms up.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man,
that one's gonna go down. The belt is gold and it's worth 500 gold.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
So you can add that to your total gold. I think all of you were a part of it, so if you felt like sharing, that would be cool. But it's up to you. You won the match.
Yeah, we can share. We'll definitely share. I'll give I'll give yeah, everyone was participant, so just equal, because we had Brugen on the narration, and then we had Bear taking out the guy from a sneak attack, and we had Arturo throwing him. So it's like, yeah, equal share. Fine.
Oh man, poor Greg. I hope he doesn't get killed.
Nate, are you gonna add the gold to everyone or?
Yeah, let me do it on the party sheet. That's the easiest way.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
didn't
that
add the
was
gold to yourself, right?
No, I didn't. No.
that was so much better than I anticipated going into this.
Dude, this gif of Danny DeVito is awesome. That's exactly how I imagined this.
Did that go to everybody?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. The crowd kind of starts to die down a little bit. And
Wait, did you give some to Alchemia as well?
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
Oh, Alchemia didn't do shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, that's good.
Okay. So the crowd begins to die down. Um, um, and you guys take a long rest. Shit. Sorry, I keep dropping this thing I'm fidgeting with. I should probably do that in the long rest. Do you guys need it?
I do.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've used all my wild shape charges and some spells because of the going downhill. Remember, I turned into a bear for like half a second, try to scare that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Skis.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
So
that was.
it's the next morning. You guys reconnect with the ship with Ally and Alvinia and Simon, who have been sort of minding the ship and resupplying and things like that while you guys have been out. And Ally's like, hello, friends. Did you get what you were looking for? You went to the Eye of the Allfather to get information?
Yes.
Uh,
I've been.
yeah, ally. We did.
Hey guys,
And
Zach here was in construction.
we actually kind of know what's going on now. Um, I was able to, and I show him my whip. Um, and then I tell him that apparently this is one of the true weapons. Um, you know what that is?
I do not, but I assume that there are more. And if it's giant runes, then they would correspond likely to the elements of the giants. Seem to be
Correct,
obsessed
indeedo.
with. Yes.
Th- th-
Okay.
th- You are so smart. You see, this is why I like you, Ally.
Yes, well, my people have overseen, the development of every civilized uh, um, group in all of the what you call the cradle of life.
Yeah. So,
So,
yeah. So according to our findings, we have to visit the dwarf realm, the gnomish realm, and the elvish realm in no
ah,
particular order.
well, where to first? Did you also? I mean, I see that, the Silver Knight came through town and was headed in your direction. I assumed that you'd have some kind of conflict with him, but
Hmm,
I see that you are not with him. Did you defeat him again?
less conflict with him and more conflict with those dickheads, the high rollers.
Ah, yeah, the other group. Um,
Oh,
well,
so
did they
so
fight you?
They threw me off their airship.
yeah.
Yes, well, Nicolitez is not one to have just one plan, so to speak. He's a man with multiple plans and contingencies, and so uh, you know maybe they're doing their own work, but this does I guess put a kink in your plans to get um, official Spectral Pioneer licenses. That might make things a little more difficult.
Yeah. Uh, they want nothing to do with us apparently. Um, and I don't know why. We did nothing to them. Okay, that's a lie. I don't want to get to talk about it.
Well, we did all the legwork, but they're gonna get all the credit.
Um,
Right.
yes. Well, um, that was the test to see if you could become Spectral Pioneers, but maybe you can figure something else out to, your referral's still good. Maybe you know, they'll give you another task or I don't know. And I'm assuming this is happening like you guys are kind of talking like, as the ship like at the ship is like docked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and you see Quincy Biggins, the now mayor, and a group of other people, some orcs and a particularly well dressed dwarf, um, who's there, uh, and uh, he's like pristinely dressed in like a business suit, um, but think like a Gilded Age style business suit,
Hmm.
and he's got golden braids with like gold like accessories, and um, Fjark and Arcturo, who would just based on the way this guy is dressed and presenting himself, immediately recognize him as probably a prominent member of one of the 12 major clans, known as the Golden Beard clan.
Oh.
Um, they are primarily merchants and traders, um, and that's sort of their function in dwarvish society is to, um, manage commerce. All of the major clans basically perform some societal function. So there's like the Oakenshield clan, which um, engages in um, uh, like police work, essentially. Um, and there's like the Greybeard clan, which are like diplomats, um, matters of state, um, and the Strong Arm Clan, which does um, a lot of
Military?
you would think so. They actually do like civil engineering work, like digging aqueducts and um, do like a lot of like hard labor. Typically, they're like a little bit taller, a little bit stronger, um, but they're also like rumored to have like they do like a lot of like work in other realms, but then some other people have complained about them sort of being like an occupying force. Um, so yeah, the Gold Beard clan or the Gold Braid clan is what they're called. Um, Even if they don't have golden hair, which is typically like a trait that is like highly prized among the Gold Braid clan, many of them will like dye a streak of gold in their hair or their beard and braid it to signify their membership in the clan. Um, and but he's there with the mayor. Um, and the mayor's like um, I guess he's a northern orc, so he would talk kind of like Bear does. So he's like, yes, what's your guys? You guys have like a group? You guys have a group name? Hello?
uh, I don't think we ever came up with one, to be honest with you, right?
Yeah, we didn't.
So he's like, yes, well, uh, you, before you disembark, I wanted to talk to you. I understand who you are now. News takes a while to get all the way up here, but we do get it, and we understand you were um, here to capture the Silver Knight to become official Spectral Pioneers. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that. No, no, you're
Well,
wrong. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's exactly like that.
well, here is the thing. I am the mayor, and I will be, keeping that uh, Wink Hughes out of here. He's a sneaky little halfling, um, trying to turn this place into a tourist trap. Um, and now we will, you know, maintain our town and also maintain the mines, and that is the most important part. And this um, uh, distinguished gentleman here, uh, he happens to own the operation. I work for him, and you see this guy, the member of the Gold Braid clan, is like, yes, yes. Well, the name is Jerry Glitterbeard, and I just wanted to thank you for, you know, keeping things. You didn't know it, but you're protecting my interest. Uh, Wink Hughes was
I,
planning on,
I thought we were
developing this
going
place,
against
making
them.
it all. Huh?
I thought we were going against the dwarf guy.
No, you're going against a halfling, yeah, who wanted to turn the town into tourism, to focus on tourism, and it would have probably and he wanted to shut down the mines, because they were an eyesore, and all of that extra industry and stuff from the mines was making it a less enjoyable place. Um, so it would have put all the local orcs out of a job because they are primarily the ones that work in the mines up here. but you know, this place would have focused on like service economy tourism. Um, but now it's focusing on the mines.
Oh, I
So
must have got confused.
yeah. Um,
Well,
but Gary Glitterbeard is like, look, um, you've done me a favor. I'm pretty well connected. The dwarven member of the council is the current serving dwarven, as you know, um, is a graybeard because it's always a graybeard. But um, he's actually my good buddy from my convent days. You guys have, you know, Arturo Fjark. I mean, I don't know which convent you were raised in, but so all dwarves are like raised in like by the clan of females in like, you know, little um you know, because like dwarves are sort of born, they don't know, you don't know who your parents are, you're just all part like one family, you know, it's like brother, sister, mother, father.
right.
And so like the mothers of the female clan raise young male and female dwarves. You're educated together until a certain age, and then you know you're sent to like the clans to basically like audition to be like accepted into a clan. If you're a male dwarf, you know, and if you're not, if you're clanless, then you know you just start like, you know, there's sort of like lesser sort of groups of, you know,
You,
clanless
s-
dwarves that
you
sort
see,
of take
I
you
had
in and
been.
take jobs.
Remember, I had a failed entrepreneur
Yeah,
background. You know, because I'd been trying to get recognized by the big clans,
yeah, yeah,
i.e.,
and
the
you were close. You were
yeah
close. Yeah,
golden golden braid clan. Being an
yeah, they
entrepreneur,
would have.
right?
Yeah, they probably would have been. You know, either them or like, you know, the minor clans are still prestigious. You know, and there are some that are like under the umbrella of the Gold Braid clan that are, you know, specific industries, and you know, like the Gut Rot clan is one that they focus on, you know, like brewing and alcohol and things like that. So yeah, so you know, he's like, look, he was like one of my best friends growing up. We still keep in touch. We write. Um, and um, anyways, I can put in a good word, and he'd be your ally. I know you already have the human ambassador on your side, so maybe that tips the scales. Anyways, you've done me a favor here, so I can attest to your uh, heroism. You know, so you know, don't be a stranger. And if you're I'm headed back to the Dwarvish realm, so you know, uh, look me up when you're there.
Okay, yeah.
Will do. Will do, brother.
Cause who won the race?
I won the race.
Bear did.
That's right.
You did, Fjord.
No, I
Yeah,
I
got
did.
like second to last.
Yeah.
that's right. Fjark.
Bear, Bear started off freaking strong though.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but those animal checks, dude.
Yeah.
That is not my bag,
So
baby.
yeah, I mean, Fjark, like you winning the race and then you know you won the fight. Like he's like you know I'm he's like look like you're a little old to enter a clan, but you're never too old, right? Like you're you know there's um you know you achieve enough, you know, we'll take you in. Fjark, just saying, we've got our eye on you.
Well, that's very kind of you, brother. I have had my eye on the Golden Braid clan since I was just a wee dwarf. Uh, I had tried to make it my own way with my budding alcoholic empire and brewing my meads and other things, using my skills with nature to create a superior product. Sadly,
Yeah, so such a
sadly, you know, those days have ended, and I have decided to try my hand at adventuring for now.
um. Well, look, you wouldn't be the first dwarf who's gained enough fame and prestige, and you know, and he like kind of rubs his two fingers together, you know, indicating like, you know, moolah, to gain entry into a clan. Um, he's like, you know, the most important part is if the clan of females approves a match for you, um, you know, a mating arrangement, then maybe that shows us that you are, you know, of a quality of man that we could admit into our ranks.
I see. He's indicating that I need to pay him.
And you need to
Have
get a
more money.
girl. Yeah. Can you hear
So,
me?
yeah, so
I said, yeah, yeah,
to enter the clan, I need to pay and get a.
yeah. You have to get a girl. Yeah.
Ooh.
I see. Interesting, because they're very rare female dwarves. Only one in every seven.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they are. Yep. Yeah, and again, it's not like they don't have like romantic relationships. Like they don't like it's sort of looked down upon. There's like fiction among dwarven society of like, you know, star-crossed lovers who like run away together to like live a life like a like monogamous life together, and that's like not that's looked on as like sort of like morally wrong. Like dwarves are like very like business oriented. Like they enter like a mating contract. It's like, you know, we get together, you know, conceive, go our separate ways.
I thought to get a mating contract, you had to be part of one of the larger clans.
Um, unless you have like enough like fame and prestige and personal accomplishment. And then often a
Oh,
clan
okay.
will then take you to like say, hey, look at us, like we're the ones that get girls, right? To get like other people to aspire to join clans.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Right.
I see how it is. I see the how the wheels are greased here.
Yeah. But most dwarves do not end up ever getting
Yes, and
close.
hopefully you will be getting your wheel greased. Yes.
Oh man.
Arturo, if there's like any kind of like clan, if you're interested, if your character's interested,
The wheel greasers.
We grease wheels.
like what function they would have, you know, I mean, like there are some clans that focus on adventuring too, but you know, like the major clans, like think of like, you know, different functions in society, like, you know, seafaring or navigation,
Yeah, the
military.
seal breakers sound interesting.
That's a that's a name for the group.
Oh,
That's not one of the clans.
oh, I thought Lou was listing off the different clans. Whoops.
I'm just
The
throwing
wheel
out group
greaser
names for
clan.
us. The wheel greasers clan. That should be a
I
clan name.
mean,
That's hilarious.
I'll have to think on it a little bit more.
They're a clan of lawyers and academics.
There are, yeah.
Grease the wheels.
Oh man.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
I think
that's the Silver Scale clan. So they use, you know, scales, the scales of justice.
Mm.
Yeah, they're like judges and advocates and yeah.
is there like an army clan, like a warrior clan, like, because that's kind of Arturo's kind of like
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, there is. So like there's a lot of like minor clans that are essentially just like mercenary groups. And but then there's like I said, the strong arm clan is like they are sort of under the guise of being like major construction workers. Like they do like major infrastructure projects. They're sort of like civil engineers, but like some other societies, like humans and elves and gnomes, have like complained that like they will like hire themselves out, but then like sort of create like security around their projects that look like military bases. Um, so yeah, and under them are dozens of smaller clans that are you can make one up if you want to. The major clans are sort of like there's 12 of those. I need to like uh, write it all down and post it, but the minor clans are like think like the House and the Senate in terms of like how they govern, and then like the clan of females is obviously like, the most powerful.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of seeing if I can draw some inspiration from like maybe like a union type plan that
hell yeah,
deals with
yeah, and
contract, like the Steel Workers Association or something.
yeah, so that's actually an interesting thing you bring up because and again, like I think that's cool. I love that like storyline. I'm fully on board with that. Um, if that's something that you're interested in, then like the unclanned dwarves are the overwhelming majority of dwarves. Um, and there are groups of them that want to unionize and get like better rights and recognition, instead of sort of living in like group homes that are basically like workhouses. It's just like a lot of single men, right, that just do
Yeah.
like hard labor. Um, and they usually work for the clans. The clans hire them to do like all the dirty jobs, all the hard work. Um,
Oh my
and
god.
so if you want to kind of like explore that, that would be interesting.
Dude, I just
Yeah.
had the most epic idea for
Okay.
that. Can I can I just
Yeah, go ahead, Luke.
can I just say okay, hear me hear me out. Okay, hear me out. There's a lot of poor um dwarfs, right? Why
Yeah.
don't we make an entertainment company introducing them to the wrestling ring?
A dwarven wrestle. Okay.
We
And
start a
and
wrestling plan.
A wrestling
yes,
promotion plan.
yes. And
Oh
think
my
about it.
god.
They will look they like think about it, right? Wrestling, Macho Man, promoting. They're gonna look good. It's gonna bring in money, and it's gonna bring in girl dwarves. They love Macho Man. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. Sorry, this is like my accounting business freaking mind coming into play here. But I
No,
could
this
work.
is this is crazy, man. I can't get away from it,
It
Like
could
my
work.
boss is Linda McMahon. Um
Oh God.
I I just, this is the route we're going down. We've done now 2 whole sessions of wrestling, and you know what? Fuck it, man.
I don't know.
We
It
Uh,
was just
become
an idea. It
Fuck
was
it.
we
just an
become
idea.
this has
Fuck
become
it, dude.
The Dana White of
wrestling simulator. Yeah, wrestling promotion simulator. We're no longer playing D&D, guys. I gotta change the rule set.
Dude, I don't know. It's just a freaking. I don't know. It was just you kill like 5 birds with one stone.
But Dan, if
Yeah.
you're legit interested in that, like a sort of like union storyline, like fighting against like
The
owners, like that's
system.
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like that I can come up with stuff. I just kind of want to know the direction you guys want to go. Like
hmm.
I think that
I
we're headed to dwarven territory now.
Because I was worried with the construction worker in the Macho Man that you were going YCM or YMCA theme Village People. I'm like, no, let's not go there.
Oh no, yeah, I was doing Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yep.
No baby oil, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gravity Unhinged is going to turn you out.
Yeah, I feel like you don't know what turn you out means.
I think he does. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, you're right. That's
Isn't that like putting someone on the corner to sell themselves for sex?
I misspoke, dude.
Yep.
Right, man. Let me live
You
it down.
sure?
I need to live this down immediately.
Let me turn you out.
This reminds me of I don't know if any of you guys watch like other like D&D content, but I watched this D&D show on Dropout called Dimension 20. And there's a guy on there who's like, you know, he rolls his dice and he's like kind of talking to himself, like it's like the actual play, you know, it films them playing. And he rolls the dice and he's like, oh, that's a 19, but it's cocked. And he's like, you gotta honor the cock. He stops and everybody stops and they're like, we have to spend 5 minutes now like for this. And he's like, I demand to live this down immediately. It's like, and so for
Yeah.
like the next like whole like game, like, you know, the next several sessions, they're like constantly like finding excuses to say like, you gotta honor the cock.
Yeah.
Their DM is also
Anyway,
really good, Brandon Lee Mulligan.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, he's really good.
and they have a Lou too in Dimension 20.
They do.
He has some real
Yeah.
great characters.
Yeah, Lou Wilson. Yeah, he's really good.
Nice.
If anybody doesn't have a Dropout subscription, it's like $6 and it's the best money I've ever spent. Like, it's got some of the most entertaining content for the amount of money that you pay. And they're cool. Like, they were exempt from like the writers and the actors strike because they actually pay their people. They do profit sharing with them. Anybody who's like ever appeared or worked like back in behind the scenes on any of their stuff, like every year that they've done any amount of work for them, they get like a profit sharing check from the company. So
Cool.
That's Vic, right? She does the very important people interviews.
yeah,
That's on
Vic
Dropout
Michaela,
too,
she's
right?
on it. Yeah, yep, yeah. All right, so yeah, I think we're going in Dwarven direction next. So that's why I'm just talking to you guys, Arturo and Dan and Quentin. Just in terms of like, you know, like our focus might shift a little more toward stuff that will be like I will keep everyone else's backstory still going, but like, you know, kind of shifting focus, I think. So
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
just kind of want to know where we're headed. So I think what's going to happen then is, you know, we're going to kind of cut forward through a fair amount of time. So we're going to have some downtime. So next session we can go through it, or if you guys want to, like, sort of just away from the table, talk about some things, what you guys want to be doing. Because it will probably take you guys probably won't cut through the maelstrom. It's pretty dangerous. So you'll take the long way around to get to the one Thamic relay here in the Orcish realm. And then based on what this Glitterbeard guy has to say, you probably do actually want to go back to Capital and officially get Spectral Pioneer licenses.
He said he would give us a good word, right, to get the.
Yeah. So he's like sending that on ahead. You should have the votes now to support you, just based on your achievements in the city, helping Dwarvish Enterprise from a greedy, smarmy Wink Hughes. So,
We
yeah.
also did stuff for the orc people.
Yeah, you did. So that's pretty good stuff. You guys are it's a pretty epic win of bird walking. So that's the kind of feat of skill and strength that they look for in professional government sanctioned adventurers. So yeah, you should be able to get that. So you'll go back for that, but we're gonna cut forward to that point and then on to. I'm assuming the Dwarven Realm is where you guys are going next.
Yeah, we have
and
two.
again,
to get
there's
there.
two there.
Mhm.
One, the Oracle said was the one for Arturo is in the Clan of Females. That
Correct.
will require kind of a heist situation.
Mhm.
So that's sort of the structure of that is going to be
Stone
sort of
Room,
like a
Treasury
you have
Island.
to find a way onto the Clan of Females, onto like the island that they is like where their capital city is.
Yep.
It's rare to get an invite there, so you either have to find a way to get an invite or you have to find a way onto the city without being detected. And
Oh
yeah, go
man,
into their vault. So
this is
Can't
why I
wait to
want an
use
airship.
my. I was gonna say I can't wait
what was
to
that?
use my love potion when I'm
Hell
around
yeah.
the females.
You have a love potion?
Shenanigans. I concocted one, yes.
Oh, this is
shit.
gonna be so much more interesting now.
Hell
I
yeah.
need a bride.
Yes. Oh
Um,
man, so
that's
good,
crazy. Um,
so good.
okay. Uh, yeah, and then the other one is gonna be in
White
the White
Plume
Plume
Mountain.
Mountain. Yeah, which is a sort of dangerous part of the Dwarf realm, a little less settled, and it has a dangerous ruin in it. So it's sort of like a more typical like dungeon delve, dungeon crawl type of thing. So
See, I want to convert the Unagi to an airship because if we're
oh
doing
yeah,
a heist, I want to parachute into the island.
Oh my god.
We parachute in. I think that'd be so cool.
Well, you could talk to Bear about that. I
yeah.
mean, I guess we could try and come up with some ideas to convert it. I don't know if that's something we can do.
It's
I
definitely
mean,
something you
you
can
are a
do.
druid. You don't have to parachute. You could just like free fall and turn into a bird.
I know, but I'm thinking. I don't know if you guys ever played GTA 5 and did heists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the heist in GTA 5. I've got my gears turning about something like that.
The
Yeah,
high altitude, low opening drop, the kilo.
Yeah, dude. We do like
Yeah.
them really low. Like we get in there behind female lines. Um, kind of like have you guys ever played Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 3?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have. I'm thinking of something like that.
yeah.
That would be really
Well,
cool.
so what I would say is that Nicoletez has plans for upgrades on the ship, to the ship, and so he has like the schematics of like what So like it would require some items, which again could like potentially be part of the adventure. Sort of like, okay, we need to obtain some of these materials um, to be able to do this heist. So that would be a few sessions of doing that before you get to the actual heist, but that'd be cool. So just letting you know that is an option. And Bear, I think you have been developing the skills. You'll have more downtime, so we're gonna keep doing the downtime sort of thing where I think you'll roll for some things to like further develop skills or abilities or whatever you want to do with your downtime on the ship. and you can take levels of stress. And you can relax to undo stress as well.
Yeah, I want to at least get rid of my disadvantage on
Yeah.
sleight of hand.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I know it's like not that late, but you know,
You do have to
we've
commute
been playing
unless
for
you're
2
off
hours.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am actually off tomorrow. I get every other Friday off, so.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's been kind of a rough week. My dog, early Friday morning, woke up screaming, like she was in pain, and had to take her into an emergency vet.
Ugh.
And then like the whole weekend, so like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, she was like Monday morning, just kind of like not sleeping. Um, like she was on pain meds. She's got like a compressed disc in her spine that's causing her pain.
Oh.
And making it
her.
harder for her to walk. So I was
Mm.
worried going into this week that like I'd have to put her down this week.
Oh.
And that was pretty rough. But took her to the doctor, like her actual vet, on Monday, and the vet's like a lot more optimistic and gave us some extra meds for her, and she's doing better.